Hello, welcome back to Quotes of Interest. I am Joshua, and I'm here with my friend Andrew.
What's up?
Yep. And today I got a quote. Well, it's not really a quote per se, but I did. It's something that I find very interesting right now, being a young adult. So I'll get right into it. So what I want to talk about is the 70-30 rule, which refers to income, which is like live off 70% of your paychecks and use 10% to invest, use another 10% to pay off debt, and then use another 10% to donate. So the whole thing around it is managing your money better and when trying to like earn a lots of money, there was like a whole karma thing I saw in other videos that were talking about. You gotta you gotta have some sort of karma. It's like money likes being nice or whatever. So that's where that 10% comes in. But what do you think about this whole strategy, the
I
70-30 rule?
I love strategies like that because my background, like I studied finance in college, but by no means am I like a fucking finance guy or like a financial like I'm just a guy is what I'm saying. I'm saying full disclosure, I'm just a guy. I don't fucking have any like real expertise besides studying finance in like, 2 years. But in college, no less, but I like those rules because I think, I've heard of the 70-30 before as well. I've heard of other rules that are similar to that where you do a percentage goes to bills, you do a percentage that goes to savings, or maybe you could do a percentage that goes to, like you said, charity. I think it's always good to have like a charity component in there. That's really good. I don't think a lot of people do that. So if you're able to do that, I think it's really nice. But also like when it comes to budgeting, I feel like making it less complicated means you have a higher chance of actually doing it, right? So like I think a lot of people when they really want to budget, they kind of sit down, at least my perception of it when I was studying it, is like they'll sit down and they'll make like a big spreadsheet and they'll like take all their expenses and be like, okay, this is the exact amount for each thing. This is the exact amount of money I'm going to allocate for my fund. This is the exact amount of money I'm going to allocate for like my bills or whatever. And I think that like when you get too much in the weeds of that and you have to maintain a spreadsheet like that, it becomes like a chore and it becomes like too difficult to continue. So I love rules like that where it's like straightforward, it's sound logic, and you can stick to it easily. It kind of reminds me of exercise, right? So like when I first started working out, all I did was like run around the block for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I would just
Hey, it's
jog
something.
for 10 minutes and like that sounds like nothing and it pretty much is nothing, but it's better than not doing anything at all. So like you need to have like a starting point. So I started at 10 minutes, then I upped it to 20 minutes, I upped it to 30 minutes. Then I was like, okay, now I'm like running 2 miles a day, kind of like start lifting weights a little bit. I got dumbbells, started lifting weights a little bit, started watching videos. Then I was like, you know what? I've been lifting weights at home enough. Like I can't really do that much outside of these stupid dumbbells. Let's just go to a gym. And then like I start going to a gym. You start going to the gym once a week, then you go to the gym twice a week, then you go to the gym three. Then you're fucking Arnold, and then you're fucking nah. but
Then you're a godlike man.
yeah.
No,
But I
I'm just
think it's similar with money, right? Where rules like that, and I don't even think you have to so you don't have to even go more advanced than that. I think you can just stick to like a rule like you're saying, like a 70-30 rule, and that's good enough. You don't need to make it more complicated than that because the more complicated you make it, the more it's just gonna like suck. So,
yeah.
but yeah, what's your kind of take on that? I know I kind of rambled there for a while.
No, that's good. That's what I like to hear. So, like growing up in like a upper middle class, you'd be surprised that uh I was never really taught about money. So I wasn't really good with money. And so it wasn't till like the last couple of years to where like I'm literally just having to like kind of figure all this out myself.
Yeah.
Uh and so by like finding rules like this has, especially like when I got the DUI too, like that really fucked me. Uh like payment wise. So it's like finding rules like this has really helped me get a bigger grasp of like what money is and how it should be used. And there are ways to make more money too. You just gotta you just gotta learn how to do it. You know, trial and error. So Uh, and I heard like another thing is like if you're scraping the bottom of the barrel and you can't afford to like pay 10% to like give it away, then do use your time instead. And you know it's funny, this is a rule like I literally just found like the other day. Like I knew like similar stuff about this, but I just got like recommended to me recently, so that's why I kind of wanted to discuss it a little bit. But then so I find like this is a pretty basic rule to follow. Uh, and for people who are like me, who was like never really taught about money, this is a really good starting point to kind of get that on track. You know?
Yeah. Absolutely,
Yeah.
man. And they should teach that kind of shit in high school. Obviously, like
Yeah.
every year there's a survey that is like shown on the news. It's like fucking 95% of adults think that, financial literacy should be taught in high school. And it's like, yeah, like just do it already. But they should already implement that. They should have implemented that a long time ago, but they really need to. But like I agree where like rules like that I think are great. And I even kind of do that in my life to a certain extent. I just automate it though. Like I'll like make it so every time I get paid, like an automatically a certain amount of my money like goes to my work save like retirement account, but also like my own like retirement thing.
Yeah.
So, but it's easy. You can just like you said, you just make it into a percentage and then you know exactly how much you have to allocate to each thing. And I like what you said also about like if you don't have the money necessarily to do something in your community or do something that's to give money to something that's nonprofit related, it's good to like give your time to something. It's definitely not something that I valued when I was younger. I don't think many young men value that shit.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're all young. We if you're a guy, like you know what I mean. I'm sure women even know what I mean. But like, yeah,
Yeah, I never see any of my sisters volunteering.
yeah, well, like I never did that shit until, and part of it, honestly, the only reason I kind of do it more now is because like my girlfriend's really into animal rescue, and so subsequently I'm like in a lot of those things. So we'll go to events and stuff and volunteer, and we'll foster dogs and stuff. But yeah, I feel like there's a lot of fulfillment you can get out of that. Like I would have never done that myself, just like dating my girlfriend now. I do it now, but like there's something to be said like doing something that has like a higher purpose, like that's bigger than just yourself. Like volunteering or helping a cause that's bigger than just yourself. I feel like
Yeah.
has a lot of value cuz otherwise you're just working, and you're just making money, which is fine. Like if your higher purpose to you is like, getting higher up in the corporate ladder, like making more money, that's fine. But like I think everybody needs to find that thing that's like bigger than themselves to like work towards or whatever. But I'm kind of rambling now. I'll let you talk.
No, you're good. No, you're good. That's I definitely think giving back to the community is a good part because, like, a good thing to do, obviously, because you're a part of the. Not only are you a part of the community, but yeah, I mean, we said like in one of our other videos that I think relationships are basically like the meaning of life is like building strong, healthy relationships of all kinds.
Yeah.
Uh, not bringing the religious aspect into it because, well, I am religious, but I'm not gonna go get all into that in these videos. But it's like, uh, but yeah, I think like relationships wise are the most important things, and that's what volunteering I think can does or giving back to your community is trying to get like because now a lot of people are so closed off. I don't even know like any of my neighbors around me,
Yeah, me too.
uh, and it's not only because I don't really care to know them, which I know I should try to get to know them, but you just know they don't care to get to know anyone else either. But when I speak to my grandparents and they're telling me that they never used to lock the doors or anything, as a kid, and you could always rely on your neighbors. Everyone was friendly, everyone was together. And I've seen that more like back in Kansas than I do here. Because at least back in Kansas and Missouri and the smaller towns like up in Smithville or even in Shawnee when it was small when I was a kid, uh, your neighbors did that. Uh, I mean, you always locked your doors, like you never not did that.
Yeah,
But
that part you should probably do that. We're not advocating to leave your
yeah,
doors unlocked.
lock your doors. People these days are fucking nuts. Lock your
Yeah,
fucking doors.
you can get
But
robbed
back
anywhere nowadays. But
yeah,
yeah, go ahead.
but back then you didn't have to, which is kind of sad. But I know we're getting like super off topic off the money
No,
thing,
no.
but I think the community really does have a important role when it comes to that and giving back and getting around to that. Uh, but I mean, there wasn't like too much I really had going off on the money thing. It's just I think it's a nice standard for, or even like just to keep in general if you don't know anything about money or you want to start learning and start investing cuz then this whole thing gets into the doubling system, which is like I have $100, how do I double it? I have $200, how do I double it? It's just look what they use to like get to a million. It's like I got $500,000. How do I get to a million? It's like all with the investments and all uh that I'm not very knowledgeable on. I'm just starting out. So these are the things that I'm trying to learn because I want to have side hustles. I want to not be poor. So it's like that's what I feel like this 70/30 is a pretty good because not only use 10% to get rid of your debts cuz you need to get rid of your debts. I'm
Yeah,
almost done with
absolutely.
mine. Like my I'm almost done with that. And then once that's done, that 30% I could just switch to 15/15, put 15 in the savings and use the other 15 for stocks or even like if we made money off these podcasts, it's like buying a mic or buying something like that is would be I would consider like an investment if we were making money off this,
Yeah.
which we're
It's an
not.
investment in
But we'll see.
your hobby and your happiness though. So, it's a
Yeah.
net positive.
Net positive.
There's some
It
value in
can't
that too.
be, yeah. See, I like how you said net positive because it technically can't be an asset because it doesn't make us money.
Exactly. But it's a plus 10 to your psyche.
Yeah, and since I can't see your face, it's like a -5 charisma.
Once you get better, once we figure out the internet though, I'd like to, well, maybe not record our faces, but at least like see you. Would probably be good.
Yeah, yeah, literally. But
But
yeah,
yeah,
it's like I hear lots of people always complain about money and all that. And it's like you can complain all you want, but if you don't put the effort into learning, then I don't want to fucking hear it.
yeah,
So guess that's where I'm good on that.
yeah.
I knew this wasn't going to be something we'd probably talk a lot about, but
No, it's cool to talk about though. It's always a fun conversation.
so is that's all you got?
That's all I
That's all I
got.
got.
You can
All
take us
right.
out.
This has been Quotes of Interest, even though it wasn't really a quote, but thank you. Uh, if you liked it, then thank you. If you listened to the whole thing, appreciate you. Every like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you later.
See ya.